俺らがナンバーワンだ。浮かれてんじゃねえ。お前らが俺を止めることができるか。どけ。俺だけ死ね。お前らの希望と共に。
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
No, you leave me alone.
No, you leave me alone. What the fuck? I'm gonna review.
I'm gonna review.
Whoa. Listen, it's my channel. Nobody needs you. Okay?
Is that for real?
Yeah, it is for real. Come on, now. Let me go ahead and actually sit on you like that.
Get the fuck out of here.
Whoa! Okay, listen, I am going to review, not you. What up, you guys? Welcome to another character review, and today we already started at the beginning, so we're reviewing my boy Cha! My boy Cha, though! My boy Cha is sick, and he's awesome, and he's lit, he's so good, but so many people don't know the potential of that guy. He's super, I don't know, because the character review didn't even start. So yeah, I know what I will say. You guys don't know what I will say about Cha. We'll keep it casual, and we'll find out. Oh! Together! Alrighty, so here we go. The first thing that I want to talk about is my boy's stamina, okay? His stamina is so shit. Let's put that aside already. His stamina is pretty shit. It's almost 600. It's not even 600. It's just 598. It's pretty bad. But what makes up for that is his passive. We're gonna talk about his passive in a bit. But right now, let's go ahead and focus on his main stats, right? So attack on the total is going to be 15,377, and then we're going to go into his dribble. His dribble stat is actually pretty okay. Like, it's not bad. It's not really, you know, super bad or like average. It's actually good. It's all right. Especially with his passive, it's actually pretty good. It's pretty good for when you have his passive. Now, probably you're wondering, I don't have enough stamina to dribble with that guy. I will talk about that later. So let's go ahead and say that the dribble is pretty amazing for a character for him, with his kit. Alright, so for his shot, it's actually pretty sick for his kit. Okay, it's actually pretty high for his kit. Again, I repeat, it's for his kit. His pass is useless. He doesn't have any passing He doesn't have any passing skills, nor that you would normal pass or 1-2 with this guy. So his pass is alright. Doesn't matter actually. His defense now. His defense is pretty average for a forward. It's like 13,000 for a forward and a free character. Remember that. So for a forward and a free character, it's actually pretty good. 13,332. That's pretty amazing. On his tackle, he has 5,000 tackle. Now that tackle is actually pretty nice on a forward. For his kid, it's pretty amazing. But the thing is, you wouldn't use it that much. We're gonna get that to later on again, as I said. So in his block, nobody cares about his block. Intercept, nobody cares about his intercept. His physical on the other side, his speed is, he's not really too fast, but he's alright. His power though, his power is 5,520. Now that is so high. And if you don't know that the power scales with the block and the shot, so that increases his shot a lot and his block. Block we don't care about it, but the shot we care about it. And for his kit, it's pretty good. Pretty monstrous actually. So right now that we covered all of that, let's go ahead and switch it up to his team skill. His team skill is Warrior's Awakening skill, 5%. So all of your skill characters gets boosted or buffed by 5%. All stats, okay? Now that's his team skill. Now let's go ahead for his special skills. Now that is the very fun part about this guy, right? Now I would like to call this guy the one shot, one goal guy. Now that's what I want to call him. Probably wondering why are you saying that? Let's get it. Oh my god, English. Let's get into it together, right? So look at Heavy Tank Shot EX, right? The stamina cost is 500. Probably you're like, hey Kai, this is his stamina is just almost 600, and his shot is gonna take all of his stamina. Exactly. That's what I meant by one shot, one goal, and he's done. He has 2 usages. I will talk about his usages in a bit, but for now, let's just cover the very shallow things, which is, as I said, it's very obvious that he can only do one shot, or rather one skill. But other usages can happen. I'm gonna talk about it in a bit. So yeah, heavy tank EX, not just the stamina cost. Can we please take a look at his momentum, his multiplier on his shot? It's 330 for S1. S1 boys, S1, 330. Probably you're like, for his shooting stats, for his it's not really that good, you know. It's just all right. Okay, I'll side with you on that one, but I will stand against you on that one as well, because we haven't looked at his passive yet. Now his passive is so sick that's why I was saying that his kit is actually pretty sick. Now look at that kit, or rather let's look at that passive. S, full body stand. The more stamina that he has, the stronger the multiplier of any skill that he has. So his stamina is little, we don't care about that. But if it's max, the maximum on the full body stand S is 50%. So heavy tank shot EX, when he has full stamina, it's 495 multiplier. S1 is just 495. That's like S99 fire shot or S99 drive shot. You have that without even leveling the stats, or rather the level of your skill. That's so lit, guys. This is so good. This passive is pretty sick. He doesn't have a lot of stamina, yeah, sure, but his kit or his shot can actually make him great. Like, you can use him once and you're done. Now let's talk about his usages, shall we? So the first thing of his usages that you want to know, the first one is the very shallow one. As I said, you start the match, you pass it to him, and then you do the heavy tank shot EX, and then he's done. He's dead for the rest of the half, and you can sub him into the second half. Now his second usage is you play the normal first half, or rather you play the first half normally, and when you get the full power and you get the possession of the ball, you pass it to your boy Cha, and then you use that heavy tank shot on half of his stamina cost with his full body stand. So that will be like 400 something, probably, because during the match he will face someone or something, and you will try to defend with him, so he will lose a little bit of stamina here and there. But his multiplier will be over 400 with a crit. So that is a guaranteed goal. And on the second half, he will heal again, and then you can still use him on the second half during the full power again. So that would make 2 shots, 2 goals in a game. Unless your keeper has a 99 multiplier, or rather a 99 catch or punch, whatever. But his shot is very hard to stop. Even if it's level 1, trust me. Even with it, as soon as you're using it with a crit, it's gonna score whatsoever. Even without a crit, it's gonna score whatsoever. But if you only have him and other forward, and you cannot sub any other forward, just use him during the full power. This guy is a masterpiece. Or you can use him in the second half. You can have him on your substitutes, and then you use one of your forwards in the first half, and then the second half you sub him in. You wait for that full power, you use that full power, and actually go ahead and face one of his defenders, and then probably he will have full stamina. When he does have full stamina, activate that full power and go ahead, or around full stamina. So go ahead around one of his defenders, face him with Cha. Don't actually go ahead and shoot. You want to close the gap, especially against the newer Genzo. Probably you wouldn't care about it because your multiplier is super high anyways, but since it's toughness against skill and his passive activates anyway, so you need to nullify that. So what you want to do is, like, you try your best to face one defender, and if you do that, you use heavy tank dribble. When he's at full stamina, his heavy tank dribble is almost 300 multiplier. And on his dribbling stats, it's pretty good, as I said, for his kit. His kit is his passive, is what I am talking about. Now his kit gives his dribble higher multiplier that he can actually dribble through blocks. With a crit? Oh baby, be the crit's guest. It's gonna dribble because his stamina is pretty full. So his passive is working. It's making his heavy tank dribble at 270, 280 multiplier, around that. And then you can proceed. That only use 110 stamina because you have the full power, and as I said, it's a crit. And then you can use your heavy tank shot, closing in at the gap, and then you can destroy your opponent. And then Cha's gonna be destroyed. Okay? So that is, his kit is pretty good. Or when you get him into the second half and your opponent actually kicks off the match or kicks off the second half, he will phase one of your opponents. So if your opponent has like a C pass or something, you can activate the full power if you have it, and you can try to go ahead for that high power tackle, but it's not recommended. But it's situational. You can use it in some situations like that. Because you will have a crit, and their pass is just C40, just like around 200 multiplier. His tackling stat is actually okay, and then with the high power tackle with full stamina, he's gonna have it around 285 multiplier, or 280. So that is lit. Now, when you have a crit, and you have that 285 or 280 tackle, and especially when your opponent is just like an agility character and he's skill, so skill against agility, so you will have a higher momentum. So you will destroy that, and then you will get the ball, the possession of the ball, and then since you have the full power, you can dribble a little bit before you face any of his defenders, and then you can go ahead for that heavy tank shot because it's gonna be a crit. Very, very high momentum still, like 380, 400, somewhere around that. It's so good. This character is very good for a one-half character, or you can even use him two halves if you know how to manage him. So Cha is pretty amazing, guys. Alright, let's cover this boy's pros and cons. Now, as I said on the last time, everybody has pros and cons, happy and sad emoticons, right? So let's talk about this guy's pros and cons, because everybody has them. Alright, so let's talk about his pros first. Now his pros is one shot, one goal. His other pro, I don't know if it's a pro in the game, or let me just add it as a pro. He is a free character. And he is limited though, by the way. If you don't know that, go ahead and play the league. You can get him from the league. Okay? So go ahead and get him. Now his second pro is that he can actually dribble and he can actually tackle situational times. Alright? Like, you don't always use him, but there are some situations where you will use him, and his passive makes it perfect for that, because his kit is pretty amazing. Especially when you have full power. You will get the legit full power, or rather pull most of what Shaw can do, like to the maximum, especially when you have full power with him, as I said. His third pro is his passive, as we always talked about. His passive is sick, that it can make you do one thing or two when you have full power, that it cannot be stopped. He is just unstoppable unless your opponent has like 99 stuff. That's it, because his passive makes his stuff at S1 being 99. So he is so sick. Now these are his pros. Now let's talk about his cons, shall we? His cons is one skill, he goes out, or one half character. So he can only play one half. But if you know how to manage him, it's not a problem. Now his other problem is that he actually kind of depends on full power. But if you're not that kind of person, you can actually use him one half and shoot, and then sub him in the second half, and then there wouldn't be any cons for Cha for you. So in some situations, for some people, he will have no cons. He will just have pros. That's how good the character is. It depends on you, it depends on your team, it depends on your luck. So yeah, that is it for Cha's review. I hope you guys liked it, had fun, and knew something or two about this Cha. And I recommend you guys to get him. He's a limited character from the league. shop, go ahead and get him 250,000 league coins. Go ahead and pick him up. He's pretty savage. He's pretty awesome. He's super lit for a free character. He's very strong, and he's very strong at some situations as well. Like even stronger in some situations. And depends on the user, he can bring out the most of what Chuck can do or not. It all depends on the person. So as I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Without further ado than this, I'm going to see you guys in the next time.
Keep it casual on the block. Keep it casual at the spot. Keep it casual. When in doubt, keep it casual in the field. Keep it casual, winning still. Keep it casual, my whole crew. Keep it casual. If you step into the club, we'll turn you to a casualty. Yeah.